If you're just tuning in, today's second date is the kind of thing that movies are made of.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know, high school boy meets high school girl. Girl goes off to college. Years later, she comes back to visit and makes out with boy at a dive bar. Boy follows girl back to college, uninvited. Girl's busy and has to work a catering job, so boy mostly hangs out with girl's roommate. Boy leaves and calls a radio station because now he has more questions than answers.
Yeah.
Oh, classic.
Yeah.
Starring Zac Efron and Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
That's an interesting mix. Meryl Streep is a co-ed, huh?
Yeah, she could pull off a college
Yeah.
student. But yes, one of our listeners, Noah, reconnected with an old high school crush named Anna. They had a little bit of a fling, and when he went and visited her at her college, she had to work a lot.
Yeah.
And
But, he didn't tell her that she was coming.
yeah. That's the first mistake
Yeah.
of many that I think he made. But he got the vibe that maybe something else was going on with Anna. Maybe it's another guy.
Right.
He's not really sure. So we're going to call Anna and try and figure out what's going on.
That's right. Man, I just don't want her to slip away.
Okay. So, Noah, I have a question. The one thing we didn't ask is after you got back, have you and Anna still been talking, or is she just not answering any of your phone calls?
So this has been all over text, and anytime I actually call her on the phone, she doesn't pick up.
Okay.
So
Not a good sign.
A lot of questions that you want to ask. What's the number one question that you have for her?
I just want to know if she feels the same way I do
Oh.
after all this time.
Do you have maybe a better question that is more likely to get a yes?
I don't know if you're going to want to
the
answer
answer to that one.
Or if she would just give me a chance to make this
Okay.
work,
There it
and
goes.
I'll make it work with all this distance.
Okay.
Okay.
We're getting
Yeah.
closer to
Yeah.
something that might turn out well. But let's give this a
Buddy.
shot.
Young
okay?
love, Noah, let's do it.
We're going to dial Anna's phone number right now, and we're going to ask her the question. You ready?
Well, not the
Well, a question.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm nervous. Can you call her, please?
Okay.
All right, you're going to be fine.
Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, I'm looking to speak with Anna.
this is Anna.
Hi, Anna. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. I was hoping you have a second to talk.
From the radio.
Mm-hmm. I know it's kind of an antiquated device. It's usually in cars.
It's like Spotify in your whip.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it easy.
Music comes out of it sometimes, and sometimes people talk.
God.
She's not an idiot. Hi, Anna.
You sounded really confused.
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, we're a radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. We do a segment called a second date. That's where if you go out with someone and afterwards, if they're not calling you back, you can reach out to us and we'll call that person for you to try and figure out the reason why.
Okay.
So one of our listeners reached out and wanted to ask about you. The guy's name is Noah.
Oh my God.
Do you know a Noah?
Yeah, of course she knows a Noah. I mean, it's not really a first date you guys went on. It was like a whole weekend thing.
We talked to Noah. He seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah, Noah is nice.
Okay.
I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Well, how about we tell you what we know and then you can go off of our story.
I mean, I don't think it'll matter, but sure.
Okay. Well, let's give it a shot. What do you say? Okay. So Noah said that he knew you from high school. You guys reconnected when you came back to visit at a bar. You had a little bit of a fling at the bar, a little kiss. He went to visit you at your college, but you weren't able to spend a lot of time with him because you had to work.
I don't know why he's telling you all this. Why is he reaching out to you all? I never gave him permission to talk to somebody about this situation. That's really weird.
I mean, it's pretty generic information.
Yeah. If you don't like him, just say that. Hey, I don't like him. I'm not attracted. That's it. Like, we just want to know.
No judgment on you.
Yeah.
I mean, I am engaged.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's why you're so secret. That's not good, girl.
Wait, hold up.
Wait, no, why are you
They
in...
kissed.
Before I got engaged recently, it was kind of like unsure about what the status was with my fiance and I. We weren't like official at that point. And I guess I was just feeling like if I'm soon to be a married person, like kind of having some doubts, and Noah and I connected and we kissed at the bar.
So
Okay.
wait, Noah didn't know that you were engaged?
No, He did not.
You didn't tell him?
So I wasn't engaged when we kissed at the bar, and then he just randomly showed up at my doorstep at school. We didn't talk about it. He just like appeared.
So
Okay, I get it. Don't ask, don't tell.
no,
No,
but
that's not
like,
where that's from.
but like,
Totally different.
there's
Let's not
so
repeat
many
that.
red flags with your engagement right now. Like, one, you weren't committed to the person right before you got engaged, which seems like all over the place to me. 2, a guy shows up to your door and you don't even have the courage to tell him, "Hey, I'm engaged."
I mean, he's a friend. I didn't want to hurt his feelings.
Yeah, but you
But-
being engaged isn't going to hurt his feelings. It doesn't have anything to do with
Hey,
him.
Will, he really likes her.
Well, I
so
know, but, like,
understand.
You shouldn't have showed up. It didn't give her time to plan a lie.
And that's on
No,
him.
why
For
lie?
sure.
Why not just say I'm engaged? Shouldn't you be celebrating? Shouldn't you be excited to tell everybody?
Brooke.
I mean, it's a legit reason why you can't date somebody.
And Brooke, you don't know whether or not his feelings would be hurt finding out that she's engaged unless we ask Noah directly.
Okay, well, this
Because
is going to get weird.
I need to
we
tell
go.
you, Anna,
Yeah.
that Noah's actually been on the other line listening this entire time, and he wants to talk to you.
Oh my God.
It's okay.
No.
Anna, hey.
Oh, man.
So this
Oh
is
my
news.
God.
I wish you could have told me.
Right.
It didn't really feel like there was an opening to Noah.
What do you mean?
I mean-
Even when we were in when you came in town for the holidays, like we walked around, and I don't know. I've always really, really liked you. You've always been my dream girl. And I didn't want to tell you that because that
Aw.
makes it weird. I know, but I'm sorry. I have to tell you that now, and it destroys me to hear that you're engaged.
Oh, see, Brooke?
Well, of course
It's
it
not
does, but it
no
also
big deal.
destroys him that you weren't honest with him, Anna. Why is it so hard to be honest these days? I don't understand.
Because of that.
It's college, Brooke, you know.
Crushed
But then
his
you
soul.
shouldn't be engaged if you were walking around campus.
I didn't know what to do. Everything kind of happened really quickly. It took me by surprise, and I'm sorry.
Aw.
I'm sorry, Noah. I mean, Noah, do you want me to send you back the pillow?
Pillow?
What pillow?
Can you not? Don't talk about that on the
What
radio,
pillow?
please.
Well,
What
you
pillow?
Have to now. You brought it up.
You're the one who called the radio, so I think
We know nothing about a pillow.
Yeah.
Now this is all insanely embarrassing.
Noah sent me a pillow of his face.
Oh, sweet Noah.
No, he
Sleep
didn't.
on.
Oh, wow.
I kind of love it.
No.
It's
No.
so fun.
No.
It's kind of funny, kind of sweet. Noah,
not.
you're a catch.
It's
I think
really
you're
not.
a catch, Noah.
No, if that's your girlfriend, yes.
Whatever.
Not a random-
Dude, don't bag on this guy. He's having a hard moment right now.
What was going on in your mind when you sent her a pillow of your face?
I mean, I can't be there for her physically because of the distance, and so I thought it was something that she could at least remember with me, and maybe even cuddle with.
Oh,
What?
see, if you're
Yeah.
dating, that's cute.
Maybe if she's drunk, she'll kiss it a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe do a little more with it.
Like, what are you doing with the pillow right now, Anna? Like, you have a pillow of some dude's face at your house when your fiance comes over.
It's just in my closet, and I just don't know what to do with it. So I didn't. It felt wrong to just throw it away.
Mhm.
Oh,
That's a lot.
Okay, I need to ask a question, but before I do, I want to know, how serious is this fiance, Anna?
What?
I'm actually with Jeffrey on this one.
I mean, it
feel
sounds like the switch is turning on and off.
It is. And like, I feel like you're holding on to things like his pillow or letting him stay without telling him because you actually do really like Noah still.
I love my fiance, and I've been honest with him about the situation with Noah. Yes, I should have told Noah I was engaged up front.
Yeah.
I wasn't engaged when I was home for the holidays, and it was kind of freaking out a bit.
So what are you saying? Is this guy pre-med?
Is he rich?
Is he like an athlete? Is he a frat boy?
No, I'm not talking to you guys about this. It's not going to happen.
He's
okay?
wealthy.
I don't think the marriage is going to happen. But
Yeah.
well, I need to ask at this point, Anna, would you like to go out on another date with Noah?
Oh, no.
We'll pay for it.
We'll fly him out.
Or we'll at least pay for the postage for you to send his pillow back to him.
There you go.
That is nice. I like that.
Good deal.
I'm going to send the pillow back, but I don't need you guys to pay for it.
Okay.
Thank you, though, for the very kind offer.
We feel you.
Noah, I think
Oh,
you're going to
Noah.
be just fine. You're going to bounce back,
Yeah, I just wish I knew. I just feel like an idiot.
Well, you
That's
know
all right,
now,
buddy.
bro.
It's not on you, man.
You know, Noah, I feel bad. Why don't you, when you get the pillow back, why don't you send it over to me, okay? I'll try it out. I'll use it the right way.
See,
Or use it the right way. You did not just say that.
I'll do what you want me to do with it.
my
No,
God.
thank you.
We've done so many second dates. I would say each one tends to fall into a certain category.
Okay, yeah.
Like there's the drunken one-night stands.
Oh, for sure. A lot of those.
Mhm. There's the blind date that was set up through friends.
Always a disaster.
More rare, but we
Yeah.
get a lot of those.
Sometimes we get a lick date,
No,
Lick?
what?
Like,
where a
with
couple
your-
licks each other's faces for hours.
No, I've never heard of that.
Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. No, that was just a dog video I just watched.
Oh.
What?
A really good one on YouTube. It must have still been in my head.
Huh?
But no, back to the second date. One of my favorites is the old school high school crush date.
Oh. It's kind of like redemption after
Yeah.
having a crush for so many years, and then you finally get to go out.
That's
You're just
right.
like lucky they're not married yet.
And that's what's happening today with one of our listeners named Noah. He's been looking to reunite with an old classmate.
Oh, Noah.
Noah.
Noah, you found me.
No,
I'm here. I am ready for
no,
you.
dude.
Are you calling about Jeffrey, Noah?
Hey guys, no, I'm not calling about Jeffrey. Not this time.
Okay.
Oh.
See, you must
Okay.
have been rich.
Yeah,
I
because
don't-
he went to a rich private school.
I don't want
so-
you either, Noah.
Okay.
Forget you.
Jeffrey gets all mad.
Okay, whatever.
Who are you calling about, Noah?
Yeah, who's this person that's so much better?
It's not Jeffrey.
Okay, so there's this girl that I've known forever, and we went to high school together, and
Can I interrupt? Noah, does she have a name?
her name's Anna.
Okay. All right,
right.
Anna. So you went to high school with Anna.
Anna, Noah, I like the flow.
Uh-huh.
The flowa.
So
Yeah.
how did you end up reconnecting with Anna?
Well, I mean, we dated in high school, and she moved away. She went to school.
Oh.
Oh, you guys actually dated in high school. It wasn't just a crush.
I guess what I mean by date was more in my mind.
Oh.
That's
Oh,
not
What?
okay.
That
Not
doesn't
weird at all.
count?
Well, it does count.
No,
It
if that's the
doesn't.
Yeah,
case,
it
I'm
does.
dating Sofia Vergara right
Yeah.
now.
Hey,
I'm dating her.
For us lonely guys in high school, it counts.
Okay, in high school.
Don't you dare discredit us.
In high school, maybe.
I feel
No
you, Noah.
way, dude. I was a lonely girl in high school. I was trying to get anybody to make out with me, and it didn't count. Okay?
Oh.
Didn't count at all.
All right. Well, so you didn't actually date in high school, but you were able to reconnect years later. How did that happen?
So she would come home. Like I said, she's in college pretty far away. She would come home for the holidays.
Okay.
And while she was home, we would hang out.
Oh, yeah.
And so one of the places that we actually met up one night was this local bar that a bunch of friends would always hang out at.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, this all sounds typical. I think we've all lived this story, right?
Totally.
But
I
is
still
this
know
your
this when I go.
date that you're talking about, or is this just how you reconnected?
So this was the moment that we actually spent a lot of time together to reconnect, was that time in the bar.
Okay.
All right.
And so
Okay.
did you like ask her out on a date and you went on a date later, or you just made out that night?
So there was a lot of flirting and a lot of hanging out. And yeah, I did kiss her.
Oh.
Ooh.
Finally got the kiss after all these years.
Oh, wait, was that
I
the
go to hometown bars and make out with guys from high school, though.
Yeah.
Doesn't
But
mean
that was
anything.
like 2 years
You-
ago for you.
Sometimes.
She does. She's like 22.
It's kind of
That's what you
fun.
do when you're 22.
And she just hit the bar series.
But wait, hold on.
Oh, wow.
Back to you,
The
Noah.
girls
Was
were
that
not
the?
like that when I went back home.
Oh,
I just think it wasn't for you, honey.
Hanging out with the wrong girls.
It was for everybody else. But
Okay.
Noah, was this the first kiss you guys have ever shared?
This was the first kiss, yeah.
Oh man.
How was
So
it?
this was like a big moment for you then.
Whoa.
This was a huge moment for me. I mean, it
Okay.
just rocked my world. But
Wow.
unfortunately, the next morning, she had to fly out.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
And there's where the airport scene comes in and every rom-com.
Yeah.
No, don't leave.
Yeah, stay here. Give up on all of your education just for me.
So what happened next?
She didn't invite me to the airport, which
Oh.
kind of sucked.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But about 3 weeks later, I came to visit her.
Oh.
Whoa.
With
She
an-
invited you
Yeah,
out?
an invitation or just you
Let's
showed up?
It was kind of a little bit of both. She didn't really invite me, but she said the
Oh.
door's kind of always open.
Oh.
Okay.
I know what that's like. Or it's like, yeah, we should totally hang out sometime.
Yeah.
And you take that as, oh, I'm going to book my ticket now.
She's like, we're so
See,
far away. He's
I
not
usually,
going to come.
yeah, when I say that, there's like the 1% chance they might come. That
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Think
and
I'm
it,
not.
I mean, that's a big deal, though, because that's like inviting her old high school whatever into her new world.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
I guess the best gauge is how did she react when you showed up?
I guess it was a little weird because it was more surprise, and so she didn't really know how to handle it. But she was still excited to see me for sure. And unfortunately, she had to work,
Oh.
a lot of the time that I was there.
Well, you didn't tell her you were coming, so
Right,
she can't
totally.
take time off. That makes sense.
Yeah, we spent time together during the day, but then she had to work nights. She works for our catering business.
Okay.
So I kind of hung out with her roommate while she was working. But I don't know.
Uh-oh.
There are a couple of things that just kind of make me feel like there might be another guy in the picture with her. So
Why do you think there's another guy?
just the way her roommate was talking, it's just like she was dropping some hints, but like she wouldn't actually talk about it.
This isn't really a second date, though.
That's
this
what
is
I'm
like
wondering.
Mystery.
you were in a one-sided relationship, and we need to figure out how she feels. Is that what you want?
I don't know. I disagree with you. I think that it is more of a second date because when I was there, we walked around and held hands and talked about the past in our lives and kind of like our relationship we've had over the years.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And
all
you
right.
did get that kiss. I mean, you can't put that aside. That's huge. You
I don't know.
just kiss random
She wouldn't
people.
hold hands in public on campus if she had another boyfriend.
Unless her
Yeah.
hands were cold.
Well,
But I don't know. Let's figure this out, okay? We're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Anna for you, and we'll ask her, do you have a crush on Noah? Circle yes or no, or kind of.
All right.
All right, hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I don't even think the guy that's on the phone to do a second date update today should even want to get a hold of this girl that he wants us to call.
why?
Well, his email said that she turned down free pizza. And anybody who turns down free pizza, in my opinion, is a communist.
Whoa!
That's right. Not even worth your time at all. Daryl, are you sure you still want to call this girl?
Yeah, I'm
All
still
right.
sure.
You realize she turned down delicious pizza, right?
I do realize that.
Sounds
yeah.
like you want to kick her out of the country as
Damn
well.
it, Daryl, I hate her so much. Tell us her name, first of all. What is her name?
Monica.
And how did you meet Monica?
We actually met on Tinder,
Oh.
Nice.
and I thought she was really cute, and we were chatting back and forth,
Mhm.
and I thought everything was going great, and so I asked her out to dinner.
And you
Yeah.
guys went to dinner? Did you go to pizza?
No.
Oh,
No,
sorry. Didn't mean to bring up
man.
that sore subject again.
Jesus.
it's okay. We actually ended up going to a bar because she said that she already had eaten, and she suggested, why don't we just get some drinks? So that's what we did. We went to a bar, grabbed some drinks.
I always think it's smarter to go straight to drinks on a first date. It's not as involved.
You loosen up. Right
Yeah,
away.
you loosen up, and you can bail after one drink if it turns out the whole situation's bad.
Yeah, that's true. The only issue was that I hadn't eaten anything,
So you got super hammered?
Oh, no.
but it was going so well. Though we were telling stories, but then I realized I was getting really tipsy, and I kind of got a little drunk, and I have no idea how I was coming off. So I'm thinking I got to get some food in me. So I suggested, well, why don't we come back to my place? We can just get a pizza and hang out some more there. And
That's what she dropped the hammer on you, huh?
right, yeah, she said no.
Turn down free pizza at your place. I am so fired up about this, Daryl. Do you think that she turned down the offer for free pizza because it was at your place?
Yeah.
And you didn't say, let's go to a place where they have pizza at a restaurant?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. I'm hoping she didn't get the wrong message, but I mean, she helped me flag down a cab.
Well, that was nice.
Were you that drunk?
Well, I couldn't drive.
Yeah, but for her to help you flag down a cab, sounds like you were falling down and she had to drag you out there and like help you get in a car.
Well, no, not exactly. It was. I mean, I was conscious, but I just.
Were you able to walk straight, Daryl?
I think so.
If we were to ask your friends, would they say you have like a really bad history with drunk behavior? Do you get ridiculous? Do you take your pants off in public like Jubal?
No, nothing like that. But I mean, I had no food in me at all.
How much of the date do you remember? I mean, do you remember all of your conversations? Because you say you don't know how you came off.
Earlier on, I remember everything, and just I'm remembering like pieces of it. I remember flagging down the cab and everything. And I remember when she said no to the pizza.
Yeah, who wouldn't? Who would forget that?
Daryl, Was there a chemistry, like, were things really honestly going really well before you got wasted that you remember?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Things were going really well. We were connecting, and she loved my stories, everything we're talking back and forth.
When I'm drunk, I think I'm telling great stories
Yeah,
there, too.
me too. I had a drunk guy the other night at a comedy show tell me the same story 3 times in a row.
And he was like,
ridiculous.
I'm killing it.
Yeah, and he thought he was doing a great job. Well, obviously, you've tried to get a hold of her to go out again. Has she responded at all?
Well, I texted her that night saying sorry for being so tipsy and thanking her. And she actually texted me right back. She, LOL'd and says no problem.
Okay.
But since then, I haven't been able to get a hold of her at all.
You haven't heard anything from her?
Really?
No.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, see if we can get this pizza-hating Nazi on the phone, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Daryl is on the phone with us right now. He wants us to call a girl named Monica today. Daryl admittedly got a little too drunk on his first date with Monica. The only thing he really remembers is them having good conversation while they were out having drinks, and then him inviting her back to his place to have some pizza because he hadn't had anything to eat yet, and her saying no, and then helping him get into a cab. Daryl, I'm actually really excited for your second date update because it's kind of like Christmas morning for me. It's kind of like unwrapping a present to see what the hell you did when you were drunk. Every time after a night of drinking, you always wonder what exactly happened. Even if you remember everything going right, you're still like, I don't know, though. Something could have gone wrong, and you don't know until you actually talk to the person who was around you sober, and they can tell you if you did something weird.
It's like a fun case of amnesia.
Yeah, are you ready to find out if you did something wrong?
I am, yeah.
Do you think that there's a possibility you could have, or do you think maybe she just couldn't be turned off by the fact that you got so drunk on your first date?
Honestly, I don't know. I'd like to just ask her if we could go on like a legit date and get some dinner and present myself as I truly am.
Before we make this phone call, do you need to take a shot of something to get your courage up?
No, I'm not going to do that.
All right, I'll call it right now. Here we go, man.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Monica, please?
Speaking.
Monica, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry, who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay, how can I help you?
Do you know who this is?
Some type of a business? I guess, I don't know.
Yes, it is, sort of. It's Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, a Moving 92.5 radio show.
Okay.
I'm calling you, Monica, because you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners.
Okay.
And he emailed our show asking if we could get you on the phone to find out why you won't call him back for a second date.
Who are we talking about?
His name is Daryl.
God.
He says that you guys went out and had a few drinks together. He maybe had more than a few drinks. And the last thing he remembers is you helping him get into a cab.
Well, okay, yeah, that's what happened.
Okay. And he says that he's been trying to get a hold of you because he'd love to see you again, but you have not been returning any of his texts or phone calls. That's why we're calling you. We're asking if he did something wrong on the date, and you don't want to see him again.
Well, yeah, honestly, guys, I really don't have time to talk about, like, the worst dates of my life.
Whoa, wow, the worst date of your life. Can you just give us a little bit of information?
I mean, he said some stuff that I just can't get out of my mind, and that just let me know he's not for me.
Monica, do you have a few minutes to just tell us what he said so that we can tell him not to ever do that again to another female?
Yeah.
Okay. We were having drinks. We were bantering back and forth. We were telling stories about, our worst dates and things like that on Tinder. And it kind of turned into like a one-up thing, So I would say something and tell him about the guy that, tried to grope my butt. And then he would say something. And then I would go back. And I said one thing, and he told me something that is just disgusting. He told me that he had chlamydia.
What?
How did he get chlamydia?
He told you like he currently has chlamydia?
Oh.
And not only that, he said he's had it like 3 times.
Wow.
Like, was it like a confession, or was it like he's trying?
Three different times.
Oh, no.
How did that come up? Did he just spit it out like that?
It was really weird. I think the alcohol had him, being a little bit more honest than he wanted to. So, he was telling me, and I told my story, and then he said, since he's been on Tinder, he's gotten chlamydia 3 times.
Oh, wow. All right, Monica.
That's awful.
Hey,
Worst nightmare.
completely understandable why you aren't calling him back and maybe don't want to see him again.
Can't get out of that one.
Yeah, once you tell somebody you have an STD on a first date, usually it doesn't end up very well.
Unless they've got it too.
No
Really.
wonder she said no to going home to pizza.
Yeah.
It was really weird because, I said, like, who still has sex without condoms, like in today's day? Who does that? And he said that he got a vasectomy so he can have sex and it would feel better. So he would rather have a disease than have kids.
And he also opened up to you that he had a vasectomy.
Oh, wow.
Monica, if you could say one thing to Daryl to help him date better, what would it be?
First, don't lead with that you've had chlamydia 3 times. Like, that's not okay on the first date. And then secondly, just slow your roll. Like, calm down.
Monica, you kind of already just told him that because Daryl is actually on the phone listening.
Listen, I don't remember saying that to you, okay? I just want to move forward with this, and whatever happens in our past is in the past.
Whoa. Slow down. We are moving forward. As soon as I put you in the cab, you move forward from my life.
Just pretend I didn't say that, and I just want to move forward. I don't care what happens in your past. You don't have to tell me everything. I didn't mean to. I don't remember.
Are you serious? Are you out of your mind? Are you really trying to have a future with me when you've already admitted to having chlamydia 3 times?
All I'm saying is there's more to me than you know.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to have a legit date.
Like other STDs?
Oh my gosh, girl.
I'm so sorry that you think that this is going to go any further. I have to be completely honest with you. You're the reason I'm off Tinder to begin with. So I'm over it.
You dropped Tinder after this date?
I'm completely done with it. Like, he was the icing on the cake, the cherry on top. He was like the stamp that closed everything up for me.
Daryl, why would you be so open about that?
I had an empty stomach.
Excuse, Daryl.
Stomach.
Yeah,
Got a lot
that
of
stomach is ruining your life, man. It's
my
making you get drunk on first dates. It's making you get chlamydia, all kinds of stuff. Monica, would you like to go out on a second date with Daryl? We will pay for
I
it.
think that I am very secure in my answer and saying hell no.
Yeah.
All right, Daryl, there you go, man. That's your answer. I'm sorry, no second date for you.
Yeah, all right.
Daryl, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, I mean, I know you're not technically okay, but I mean, mentally, are you all right?
Oh.
Yeah, I'll survive.
Are you gonna?
Thanks, guys.
I mean, you realize that telling somebody that you have an STD on a first date could be a turnoff, right?
Yeah.
You sound kind of shocked still.
I realize that, but at least I don't have herpes.
Good point. You got something that can go away with some penicillin or whatever. You know what? I think we can all say that today.
Yeah.
At least we don't have herpes.
It's all about perspective.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Baby, I'm playing on you tonight. Hunt you down, eat you alive. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Not a lot of things are more awkward on a first date than when you're ending the night and you're like, hey, you want to come up to my place? And they're like, hey, I think I'll just go home. You know, it's always kind of a letdown. And apparently that's what happened to today's second dater, Andrea, who is on the phone. And Andrea, I read your email. You met a guy named Tommy at a party, and dinner went well according to you, but you also said that is how your evening ended, by you inviting him up to your place and him turning you down.
Oh, no.
Yeah, awkward.
When he said that to you, was it obvious that he didn't like you?
He said, no, I don't think it's a good idea.
Was it
I
like?
don't think it's a good
And you're
idea.
a living, breathing woman with a pulse, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys. There's some guys who think that that's moving too fast. I mean, maybe it was too much for him.
No, I didn't even get a kiss, goodbye, or anything.
Even a handshake? Did he at least give you a handshake?
High five.
Nothing.
No hug or anything.
Oh.
So I texted him later and I asked, is everything okay? And he responded, yes, period.
That's it? Just a one word?
Not good.
Yes.
Yeah. Anytime anybody texts me with a one word something, even if it's like my parents and we're just talking about something and I know that they don't really know how to text correctly, I'm just like, oh my God, what's wrong?
I know.
So he just gave you the one word yes with a period.
Yeah. And then I said, did I do something wrong? And I never got any response.
Oh, no.
Did it seem like he was enjoying the date that you were on when you guys went out to dinner?
I thought so. I mean, I asked him up to my apartment. So.
Right.
Yeah, so you
Well, I
thought
mean, you-
everything was going
You
good.
thought it was going perfect. Was there any moment in the date that you think something weird could have happened, something awkward other than him turning down your advances to?
No, I mean, the only thing I can think of is I took my time when he came to my house. He texted me and told me that he was there, and I took my time coming out of the apartment. You know, like I was trying to look cute and just running late.
Are we talking like 5-10 minutes or 2 hours?
No, it was like 15 minutes maybe.
Okay, so
Yeah,
not
but that's
terrible.
annoying, though. No,
it is.
that's
It is
bad.
annoying when you pull up and you're like, "Oh my God, come on, hurry up!"
Being late to the date.
But at this point, guys build that into their schedule, I feel like. They're just used to it.
This was the beginning of the date, though, and everything else seemed to go fine. Like, I can't imagine, like, finally at the end he gets upset about it.
Good point.
And I looked good. You know, I was taking my time to look good for him, and I apologized.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Well, if you're gonna take that long, you better look good. Yeah. That's the rule that I have. If you show up 15 minutes late and you're kind of looking pretty basic, then we're not going out again. But if you look like Beyonce, then yes, you did a good job. And there's that 15-minute grace period where you're okay. At this point, are you hoping to get a second date? Do you feel like he's going to want to go out with you again, or are you just hoping to find out why?
I would like a second date, but at this point, I'm not getting my hopes up about it.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I just want to know what is going on.
I mean, if he responded, your last conversation was like that where he gave you a one-word answer and then just never responded if you asked if you did something wrong. He's obviously not into you for some reason.
Doesn't look good.
But maybe we can turn whatever it is into a positive and get you a second date out of the deal.
I hope so.
Or at least you understand what you're doing wrong.
Yes.
All right, well, play a song, come back, get him on the phone and get your second date update, all right?
Okay, thanks.
All right, hang on.
My face above the water.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Amanda is on the phone with us, and she wants us to call a guy named Tommy. Something very awkward happened at the end of her date with Tommy when she invited him up to her place. He said, "I don't think that's a good idea." And then she hasn't really heard anything from him. So it's obvious that something happened on the date that went wrong, and Tommy didn't like Andrea very much. We don't know why. That's why we're about to get him on the phone, see if we can find out what Andrea did on the date. And Andrea, I've got a special treat for you.
Okay.
Okay, this is something never done before in a second date update. I'm going to try something groundbreaking here when we call him, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to pretend to be you.
I don't think that's
So
good.
it's the first second date update where I've ever
Okay.
pretended to be the other person, and I think it can work out very well if I get him on the phone and just like, "Hey, what's up, Tommy?
Yeah.
It's
Foolproof
me, Andrea.
plan.
Don't you remember you wanted to come to my place?" And I was like, "Hey, come up and kiss me sometimes."
I'm confused talking to you
Right?
right now.
I know.
Talking.
Where'd Jubal go?
Andrea, what do you
I
think?
think I'll go for it.
Go for it. You think that'll work out well? All right,
Oh,
Andrea.
I'm sorry, Andrea.
You about ready to give him a call, see if we can get him on the phone?
I'm
And
ready.
okay, here we go. I'm so nervous. I feel like he wouldn't be able to tell the difference at all, and it probably would score you a date, Andrea. I'm a pretty sweet talker.
Hello?
Hey, is Tommy there?
Oh my gosh.
Hello?
Hey, is Tommy there?
Yeah, this is he. Who is this?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. How are you?
Good. Can I help you?
I'm calling you today because you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners, and they wanted to see if I could get you on the phone and talk to you for a minute.
You serious?
Yep. Her name is Andrea.
Huh.
All right, so
That was
you remember going out with Andrea?
Yes, I do.
She told us that you guys went out for dinner and had a lot of fun.
Wow.
And she said, though, at the end of the night after your date, that she invited you to her place and you turned her down, and then you haven't really talked to her at all after. So she's wondering why you turned her down.
Wow. So she called you to ask me that?
Yes, because apparently she couldn't get you on the phone. So her last resort was to ask us to call you and find out what the reason is.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I think that's pretty pathetic, but I was pretty pissed off, and I didn't want to really talk to her anymore.
You were pissed off and you didn't want to talk to her anymore.
That's right.
Do you mind telling us why?
Well, she's obviously told you everything, right?
I'll tell you what she told us. She said that you guys went out to dinner. She thought you were having a fun time. At the end of the night, she asked if you wanted to go up to her place. You said no. She had a real quick text exchange with you, and that's the last she's heard from you.
And the only thing she mentioned was that she might have made you wait 15 minutes while she was getting ready for the date.
Oh, yeah. That's the least of her problems, man.
What did she do?
That's intense.
Why are you so mad at her?
Basically, I got into a conversation with her over dinner about travel. And, I just recently came from Nepal, and we had a really good conversation. And she told me about this trip that she went to in Canada.
Okay.
And she was complaining about Canadian drivers and how she wished that she could just go party in Canada without there being some dumbasses in there.
So it sounds like you're personally insulted that she was making fun of Canadians.
Well, yeah, I am. I'm from Ontario. I'm from Waterloo, Canada.
Oh. So she was railing on Canadians. Did you tell her that you're from Canada?
No, I didn't tell her from Canada.
Okay,
I let her go on and on and on. She went on for an hour talking about how she thinks that Obama should infiltrate Canada.
No.
So frankly, I'm kind of glad that you called me because now you guys can see how much of an idiot she is.
Do you think that she...
I'm not taking it
on any more dates with her.
I'm not as offended as you are that she was making fun of Canada.
Yeah.
Was it that bad?
I mean, it's not that it was bad. It's just I don't really want to hang out with an idiot.
Don't you think that maybe she could have been joking, like she was nervous and you took it the wrong way?
Can you switch sides and come into my place and have somebody make fun of where you're from for about an hour?
Well, I get it, but why wouldn't you, defend Canada in that moment?
Because it's difficult to defend Canada?
Okay, see, that's the that I don't like dealing with.
I'm sorry. I love maple syrup. I'm sorry.
Lydia.
I had no idea that you guys got so angry, Tommy, just in general.
I mean, I could take it for a minute or two, that's fine, but she just went completely off for a long time. I mean, after a little bit, I'm fine. She just kept making fun of the beer. The beer tastes like piss. It does not taste like piss.
You've had.
And then she talked about how she hates their accents and how they keep saying "a" this and "a" that. You know what? After a while, I'm sorry, but she just wasn't very attractive to me anymore.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Tommy, I haven't heard you say "a" or a boot or anything once. None of that.
Yeah, well, that's because it's a stupid stereotype. I'm a proud Canadian. I love my country.
Okay.
That's cool.
That's it.
And as you should.
Tommy, at any point, did you look at her and go, "Hey, shut the up about Canada"? Did you never do
You know
that?
what? Next time I run into her, I'll be sure to say that.
Well, then perfect, Tommy. I'm going to give you the opportunity to say it right now because she's actually on the phone listening.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I had no idea that you were from Canada.
You spent an hour at dinner making fun of my country.
Chill out, man. I was just joking. That's what we do in Seattle. We joke about Canada.
It's true.
Lighten up.
Hey, you want to hear a joke? Let's go out on another date.
I'll give you props for that one, Tommy.
Are you actually offended about all this? I was joking, and you could have stopped me at any time and told me, hey, I'm actually from Canada. I'm offended.
If I stopped you, then I wouldn't be able to hear all the wonderful things you have to say about my country.
I was joking. It was a joke. You don't have to be an ass about it.
Oh.
You called a radio station to figure out why I wasn't calling you back, okay?
Because you didn't have the balls to tell me yourself.
Well, he's Canadian, Andrea.
Oh, guys.
Hey, off there. Seriously, off.
Shouldn't that have been followed with an A or something, Tommy?
Guys, come on, dude.
You know
That's
what? You know what? You should come up to Canada, all right? Come up to Canada. I'll show you what some real beer tastes like, because your American beer tastes like crap.
I love going to Canada, dude. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun for me, except for that weird money that you have. I like it.
Yeah.
Off, man.
Oh, jeez. I honestly think that he deserves an apology from you, Andrea.
Why?
Because, like,
The dude
I'm
is
from,
uptight.
No, listen,
Yeah.
I am from North Idaho, and people make fun of me all the time for it.
Yeah.
And it's where I was born and raised, and there's something to be said where it feels like they're attacking you personally because where you're from is such a part of who you are.
Yeah, but you're from Northern Idaho. I think it's okay to make fun of that, too. Canadians and Idahoans, perfectly fair game.
What if they're making fun of Seattle?
I make fun of myself all the time.
But
You
it's
guys
different
are
when
just a
people are
little
attacking
uptight.
you for an hour.
I don't
Just
think, Andrea, were you
apologize.
going off on him for an hour?
No, it wasn't for an hour, and I would have stopped if he had said something. He's completely exaggerating.
But you haven't apologized once on this phone call.
Because I'm not sorry for what I was saying.
She's only sorry about his sense of humor.
Yeah, which is weird because normally Canadians have a good sense of humor. Like that's the one thing that they have going for them up there. Is there's a lot of funny people that have come from there. Andrea, I'm sorry we couldn't get you a second date.
Yeah.
No, I'm really glad that this happened because I don't want a second date. What was that ass?
Maybe choose a different location to make fun of next time. I mean, Oregon has plenty of material.
Or Andrea, date Americans. All right.
Oh yeah.
Stop going out with these weird Canucks. They're strange.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Here's a question. When should you give up searching for love?
Oh, never.
And just accept the fact that you're probably going to die alone.
Wow.
I think I'm there now.
No,
I'm not
don't
even
give
kidding.
up.
When you're
You are
24?
so lovable.
No, I know, but I'm not dateable.
Okay, 25.
No.
I hope
not. You shouldn't even really be even looking at that age. I mean, let's wait a couple
When
years.
do you call it quits? On this show, we say never.
That is right.
Never
Jeffrey.
quit
That
on
is
love.
Right. Never, Jose.
No matter how many times you fail miserably, you get back up on that dating horse and you
Absolutely.
ride.
Yes.
You ride until your backside's blistered and blue, and you finally find that special person, or at least someone who's willing to spend time with you in exchange for money.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about, Jeffrey.
And in that spirit, we have a listener who was on with us before for a second date,
Okay.
and we could not get it done for him the last time.
No, he's coming back to us. I like this.
But even though we failed him, he still trusts us to help him out one more time. So let's say welcome back to Noah. What's up, Noah?
Hey, guys.
Oh, yeah. Way to hang in there. Wait, Noah, can you just remind me what happened last time you were on the phone with us?
Oh, man. So there's this girl, Anna, that I was really into, and I sent her a pillow.
Oh, with your face on it. You sent her like a body pillow
went
of
to her
you.
college, right?
Yeah, you visited her at college?
That's right.
Oh,
that was a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't work out.
It was sweet, but it was too much. Got you.
She was kind of my high school crush. We hooked up once, but that was it.
Yeah, she sucks. We're over her.
Yeah, she's dead to us.
That's right.
Hey, give her my number just in case, though.
Okay.
We've moved on.
We're looking forward to the next victim, or a love interest. Next love interest. What's her name, Noah? Prospect. I couldn't think of it.
So her name is Sandra.
Okay.
And she is amazing.
She's Anna's sister.
No, stop it. Stop it. I just love Noah. You are obviously a hopeless romantic. You fall hard, and I love that. You're open about your feelings. Where did you meet her? The new girl?
So she's actually not that new. It was a high school crush as well.
You have a trend.
How many are there?
Why? Why are we still living in high school in our mind, Noah? Why can't we move forward?
Okay, to be fair, like this girl, Sandra, I know I didn't mention her before because I was really trying to make it work with Anna, but I have always really liked this girl. She's not even number 2 on the list. She's like 1B.
1B.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I see.
On the same level as Anna, but just
All right.
not quite.
I kind of understand that.
I hope you didn't tell her she was 1B.
So how'd you end up reconnecting with Sandra after all these years?
Okay, guys, so here's what happened. I asked her out to happy hour, and we had a great time. We started talking about, high school, some of the old days and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And, one of the pranks we did was we filled the gymnasium with balloons for
Oh.
senior prom.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wild.
cool.
You guys were a wild bunch.
It was actually hilarious. It was like a huge McDonald's play place. We were laughing so hard about that, and we were just having so much fun. Like, it was really good to think back about high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like you go there often, Noah. So what happened then? I mean, did you guys end the night or?
So we had a few more drinks, and we ended up back at her place.
Okay.
Oh, doing the play place at the apartment now.
Yeah. I mean, I guess she did see some sort of like romance or chemistry there then, right?
Yeah.
I think so, because we definitely started making out.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Like over the clothes stuff? I mean, this is high school romance, right?
Well, guys, we actually didn't get that far because we were interrupted.
Oh, does she have a roommate?
I don't know. I heard there were some keys at the door, and suddenly she's like, "Oh, quick, get in the closet!" And so I had to grab all my stuff and get in.
It really is like high school.
Oh, geez. Wait, get in the closet. That's not a good sign.
No, her husband's there.
Did you hide?
Of course I hid in the closet. She was like freaking out about it. I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, you gotta trust people. When it's
You're
not
not in
like
high school. You don't have to hide anymore.
There's a serial tickler on the loose, and he's gonna come in, and it's obviously
No,
a
okay.
warning for something major.
Yeah, and the major thing is never good if you're hiding in the closet, is what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Did you hear a male voice? Did she have a, like, girlfriend? Maybe it was a... Did you hear a love interest?
No, it was definitely a guy.
Oh,
okay.
So what did they say? I mean, does she live with a boyfriend?
I don't know. I guess because they definitely were making out.
Oh my God!
Okay, so that takes her dad
And you
off.
just stayed in the closet the whole time while that happened?
Well, I was kind of freaking out. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, they stay there for over an hour, and the whole time, she's, like, trying to get him to go to a bar, and he's like, "No, I just got back. Why do you want to go to a bar?"
What? Why are we calling her back?
Yeah, bro, she's dating somebody, or
She made you hide in a closet for an hour while she made out with her boyfriend.
Are you still in the closet? Is that why you're calling now? You need help getting out?
No, I'm not in the closet.
Okay.
How did you get out?
Well, they finally left after about an hour or something, and like, I mean, she and I really had an amazing time, and so I don't even think she wants to be with this guy.
No, dude.
No.
He wasn't the one in the closet.
I mean, I know I gave a big speech about never giving up, but there's a time where you have to be like, you know what? Maybe I need to give up on this one.
See, now you're seeing from my world a little bit.
Exactly. Why would you want to call her?
Look, if it's a choice between this guy and me, she's gonna pick me.
No,
that's what they all think.
And she's going to pick every other guy that comes along and shows her any interest at all.
I know there's a lot of doubters in here, Noah, but I do like your optimism. So let's try
We're
this.
going to do this?
Let's give it a shot. We're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Sandra for you, and we'll try and get you your second date, okay?
Thanks so much, guys.
All right, man. Hold on. Everybody's worst nightmare is going on a date, things spiral, and you turn into a closet case.
Oh my gosh.
That's what literally happened to one of our listeners, Noah, during his date with an old high school crush named Sandra. In the middle of hooking up, the door to her apartment jiggled, and she told Noah to go hide in her closet.
Oh.
So he did. And he stayed in there for over an hour listening to Sandra make out with some other dude. But if there's one thing that we've learned about Noah through all the calls we've had with him, it's that he does not give up.
Oh, sweet Noah.
No matter how many road bumps he has to clear or closets he has to hide in, he wants to find love and still wants us to call Sandra. And Noah, we never asked you, have you tried reaching out to her after the date? Like, are you guys texting at all or anything?
Yeah, I texted her a couple times and she didn't get back to me. It was just like, what is that all about? And yeah, nothing.
Noah, you are too pure and too sweet for this Sandra woman, okay? She is going to walk all over you like a doormat.
Wow.
Are you absolutely sure you want to make this phone call?
No, she's really amazing. If you guys only knew her, like, she's really awesome.
Yeah, you're right. We don't know her.
Okay.
After
She
this,
left you in the
maybe
She
like-
left you in the closet for an hour and didn't even apologize. Hasn't even called to say, "Oh my God."
Brooke, you don't know her.
Well, she was probably embarrassed, Brooke, and didn't want to embarrass him, too.
Yeah, could have been.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I hear the lack of hope in this room, and I want to remind you, Noah believes. So we need to believe for Noah.
For Noah. Okay, for you, Noah, we'll muster it up.
I just want him.
No, I just.
No, there's just
No,
like.
no, I just.
There's just so
Just
many better
believe.
places he could put his energy. That's all.
Come on, Brooke. I need you to believe in me.
Yes.
Do you know what I do? Do you know what I'll do for you, Noah? I won't even say I told you so when you call us 3 months from now sad.
Oh, wow. Brooke already thinks you're not going to get a date.
Whatever. I'm going to give the last laugh here.
All right, that's the spirit, Noah.
I do want you to win. I will tell you that.
Don't let haters like Brooke bring you
I'm not
down.
being a hater.
We're
Being
all
a realist.
We're all rooting for you, man. So I'm gonna dial Sandra's number. We're gonna try and get your second date. You ready?
All right, let's do it.
All right, here we go.
Hello.
Hey, is this Sandra?
Yes, it is. Can I ask who's calling?
Yeah, my name's Jeff from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. How you doing?
Okay. I'm good.
Good. We're in the middle of a segment called A Second Date, and we'd like you to be a part of it.
Oh, I don't know. What is this for?
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's really simple. It's where if you go out on a date with someone and afterwards, if that person isn't calling you back, you can email our show and we'll reach out to them to help you figure out the reason why.
Oh,
That makes sense?
sure.
Okay.
So recently, you went out with a guy who really, really likes you, and he's confused about why you haven't been in touch with him lately. His name's Noah.
Yes, okay.
You remember Sweet Noah?
Yeah, we hung out. I wouldn't necessarily say it was a date, but I do know him.
Okay.
You had some chemistry with him, right? While you guys were hanging out?
Yeah.
You guys kissed, according to Noah, so I hope that you'd have some sort of connection with him, unless you just kiss anybody.
Maybe the answer, bro.
How much did he tell you about what happened?
I mean, he went to a lot of detail. He said that you guys met up. You ended up back at your apartment. You guys started to hook up a little bit, but then you two were interrupted.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel really bad about that, actually.
We know about the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did really like Noah. He was really sweet. He was really funny, and I enjoyed hanging out with him. It would be nice to have someone like him in my life, but
Oh, that's sweet.
Okay.
yeah,
So wait.
I don't really have that right now. So
Do you live with your boyfriend?
no, we don't live together.
You
don't have a
don't.
boyfriend.
Okay.
But you have a boyfriend you're confirming.
I have been seeing someone. Yes.
Well,
But there's no label on it?
Like that in between.
how could there not be a label on it? He had keys to your place. That's how he got in, right? Like Noah heard jingling of keys and someone entering your apartment, and you told him to get into the closet.
It could have been a robber that broke in and she made out with him to save her life.
One way to distract a robber.
Quick, get in the closet. Yeah. Get in my mouth.
Take whatever you want.
Now let's go to a bar an hour later.
Is that what happened, Sandra? It's okay if that's what happened.
Yeah, he's just kind of this on again, off again boyfriend type thing.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we're just looking, is there anything possible down the road, even in the future with Noah? Is there a chance?
Look, I have been seeing this other guy, but I do kind of like Noah better. I just think he's a better person.
Oh, she said it.
That's great. You know
We
what?
knew it.
Let's find out what Noah thinks about this, because he's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you, and I'm willing to bet he's on board.
Fighting again.
Yeah. Noah, you there?
Jump out of the closet.
Sandra, it's me.
Oh, he's so happy.
What? You had a radio station call me? Oh my God.
Sorry, I didn't really know how to get in touch with you, and I've been texting, and I was just really nervous, to be honest, and I really like you a lot, but I don't know. I kind of thought you were just blowing me off.
No, I wasn't intentionally trying to blow you off. To be honest, I felt the same way. I did feel like there was a connection.
Oh.
I just didn't know really how serious you were about it.
Noah? Wow. Do you think this is something that you would take seriously?
If you feel like that guy's not good for you, then I'm open.
Wait.
There you go.
on.
This is the way to do it. You date around till the guy calls a radio station, you pick him.
Yeah.
No, wait. Are we all just going to ignore the fact that, Sandra, you haven't even apologized yet for leaving him in the closet?
He's fine with it. He sounds happy.
Lying about having a boyfriend. Like,
Why are you trying to dig up bad things out of this, Brooke?
I'm not digging anything up. It's like right there on the
You're like
surface.
trying to start a fight.
I'm not trying to start a fight. I'm just saying, Sandra, like, what was going through your mind when you're making out with some boyfriend, whatever, claimed, while he was in the closet?
I know it looks really bad. The thing is that this guy that I've been seeing, he's just kind of trouble. He has a little bit of an anger management problem.
Oh, girl.
Oh, girls love those guys.
Why are you even talking to him still?
Wait, what do you mean? Like, how angry is he type person?
I mean, he has been in and out of prison and does have a little bit of a mean streak, not to me, but
run, bro.
to others who have wronged him.
Oh.
That's different than what I thought.
Yeah, Sandra, you deserve better than that.
No, you guys, listen. This guy's gonna find out about their relationship, and he's gonna kill him or her.
So he's not kind of like violent mean, is he? He's just more like loud, angry mean?
Bro, he went to prison, not for like emotionally yelling at somebody.
Sandra?
You know, I don't think I should talk about everything he's done because I don't want to get him in trouble and I don't want to blast that out onto the air. But like Noah, like I said, and I told these guys, you're the type of person that I need in my life, and I am really interested, and I think
it makes sense now.
we could have something.
Okay.
She needs less violent people in her life.
I feel like there's something here to work with.
I'm scared now.
Yeah, I mean, between the prison guy and Noah, she chooses Noah. That's got to feel good.
Well, you're right.
Wait, does that mean you're actually going to break up? Like, break up with prison dude?
It's not going to be easy, but I think if I sit and talk with him and kind of tell him everything and tell him about Noah, then maybe he'll understand.
Maybe don't name drop.
I don't think so, yeah.
Wait, why do you have to tell him about me?
Yeah, thank you.
Well, he's going to want to know who I'm seeing.
So can't you just tell him that's none of your business?
I mean, I told you he has an anger issue, so he's going to want to know and probably going to want to meet him, but like, I think it's going to be fine.
Okay. Well, maybe we can help make that happen because we would love to send you guys out on another date. We will pay for it, and you, Noah, and the prison guy can all meet and discuss moving your relationship to just being with Noah.
Oh, it sounds like it's going to be civil.
I mean, I'm sure he'll be the reasonable one between the three of you.
Yeah.
Sandra, what do you say?
I'm down to try and see if this can work with Noah in whatever way possible.
I think that's good
All
because
right.
you need a healthy relationship.
We got a yes. Noah, you still up for this?
Guys, this is all coming at me so fast right now.
I know, dude.
Do you want to go back in the closet and hide for a second and then think about it?
I think he's going to say yes, actually.
I mean, Sandra, I really want to make things work with you, but I'm a little nervous about, this guy.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Come on, Sandra. He doesn't have to meet him, does he?
Yeah, just tell him your name is like Jeffrey DeBow or something.
There you go.
Okay, you know what? We need to end this call. We're running out of time.
I think it's going to be fine. It's probably going to take him a few days to get over it, but I think he'll be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel positive right now, but I do.
I don't now.
You don't?
No.
See? Look at Sandra taking charge of her own life, making decisions for herself. Good job, Sandra.
It sounds like someone's about to go back to prison.
Yeah.
92.5. Second date update.
I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I think generally, whenever a guy does a pickup line on a woman, it's not received very well.
For the most part, that's true.
It's kind of creepy, possible grounds for a restraining order.
Right.
If they're being serious, yeah.
But when a woman does a pickup line on a guy,
Oh, my gosh.
oh, it's like the heavens opened up.
I love it.
And it's raining Skittles on your birthday party.
You guys are such suckers.
It's true.
It's so easy.
It is that easy. And that's what happened for our listener, Kevin. Apparently, he met a girl who used a pickup line on him.
Okay.
And it worked wonders.
Now,
how refreshing.
Better be a good line.
I know.
Or
have to be.
I
That's
guess
the
that's the
thing.
whole point. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Exactly.
She said hello? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah,
Kevin,
what happened,
Is that what
Kevin?
she said?
Actually, I work in IT, and her real name's Amber, but she said, oh, my God, that's so crazy because my real name is Microsoft.
Okay.
And I said, okay, what does that mean? She says, because I was hoping I could crash at your place tonight.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it
I
was
see
a
what she
dork
did.
joke, too. I
Yeah.
like it.
Oh, yeah, just my kind of like dad humor. I love it.
Yeah.
And IT humor.
Did she use it in person? Like, how did she use that?
No, she just went over, one of the apps.
Oh, okay. You guys
Oh, okay.
met online.
Yeah, and we just decided to get together and...
Okay, wait, hold on. We don't know what her name is. What's her name?
He said.
Amber.
Oh, he did?
He
I'm
said
sorry.
Amber.
Oh, Amber. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Some of us are listening
I'm
to
sorry.
you, Kevin. Others are not so much. But
She's still shook by the
I am.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about Microsoft. I'm sorry.
So tell us
Thought
more.
I was going to call her that the entire time.
Tell us more about you and Amber and what you guys did for your date.
So we meet up at this Italian place, and I found it on Yelp, and it had really nice reviews. But I didn't kind of realize how nice it was until we got the menus in front of us, and it was like really expensive.
Not Olive Garden, that's for sure.
That's such a bummer to show up at a place and then realize once you sit down, like, oh crap, I can't afford this.
There's no turning back.
Yeah.
Did you show that to her? Did you show those cards?
Well, when the check came, I asked her, I said, I don't really make a lot of money, and, maybe we could go Dutch on this.
Ooh.
That would be really cool. And she was happy to do that. And she said, yeah, no problem. It's an expensive place.
I mean, I'm sure that's what she said, but she was thinking, like, this cheap guy.
Yeah, you may be right.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I'm fine going Dutch if you agree to it prior to the date. Yeah. Right? Like, I feel like it's something you have to establish before you even go out. When the bill comes and you just don't want to pay that much money, it does feel not super rad.
Yeah, and I was worried that was going to happen. But she took it, really well. So we both threw our cards down, and when they came back with the check, she said, don't leave a tip.
Oh, she was going to leave it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I thought, that she was going to pay it. But she said, no, look, I don't think you should leave a tip, and I'm not going to leave a tip.
What?
And I thought that was crazy because the service was awesome.
Wait.
Dude, don't leave a tip on an expensive bill. That's
What is going on?
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, that
really rude.
That'd be a huge red flag.
Yeah.
I was kind of blown away because she's like, trust me, don't leave a tip.
What?
Oh,
And
my
it's
God.
the first date, and I didn't want to not listen to her, and I just didn't do it. And now
You didn't leave a tip?
I didn't leave a tip, and now I feel like a jack.
Oh.
Some poor server's missing out on at least 20, 30, who knows,
Wait,
40
though.
bucks.
Did she ever give a reason?
No, she didn't, and we have not spoken since that night.
Good. Then don't call her. This conversation's
Yeah,
over.
why would you even want to go out with her? That's a terrible thing to do.
It's a bad sign, bro.
Because we had because the whole evening was awesome except for that.
I love how all of us would dump her immediately.
Yeah.
She literally could be Mother Teresa and she didn't leave a tip. I'm like, nope. Nope.
I don't know, but she had so much conviction. It was like she had a reason, and she just didn't want to get into it there. And I assumed we would talk about it later, but we never got the chance to. And now she's not answering my calls, and I don't know what to do.
Wow. Okay, so she used you for an expensive meal and then didn't want to put a tip on it.
Well, she didn't use them because she had to pay half
But
of
she
it.
paid.
I mean, what are you talking about? She
used him for half of an expensive meal then.
She half used it.
Wait. That still doesn't make sense, Jeffrey, but okay.
I mean, aside from...
You just don't like her.
I don't. I have a very bad feeling about her. But aside from the whole tipping debacle, you told us that the date went really well, but you haven't given us any specific things about what you liked about her or what your connection was like.
Well, we like the same kind of comedy. We like the same shows, movies, and and we're both into tech.
Okay, right, because she had that Microsoft joke at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's just kind of like I'm kind of a nerd, and she's a little bit of a nerd, and she's got a great laugh, and I just smiled the whole night.
Aw, see, it sounds great other than the tip thing.
I know, how could a lovely woman be so evil?
Not evil.
I don't know. Pretty evil, no tip. I want an answer.
Yeah, me too. So let's call this evil person and...
Oh, great. Don't label her.
Well, okay. We'll see. Maybe she's actually a good person. We'll get an answer when we call Amber and do your second date update, okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, hold on. If you're just tuning in for the second date update, we're on the phone with Kevin. And Kevin went out with a very shady-sounding woman named Amber.
Mm-hmm.
I say shady because Amber told Kevin not to leave a tip at the restaurant that they went to. And when she said that, Kevin took a stance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he got up, he threw his napkin down on the table, he looked Amber right in the eye, and he said, okay.
Yeah. That's exactly what he did.
Sorry, I threw my napkin.
I'm sorry, whatever you say. Now, she wouldn't tell him why, and he didn't want to cause a big scene in the restaurant, so he didn't leave a tip, and he feels absolutely horrible about it.
I feel like we should be calling the waiter or waitress that
We
was there.
feel horrible.
The server.
And even worse, not only did he stiff the waiter, but now Amber won't even call him back.
Not worth it, dude.
So Kevin wants some answers. Is that right, Kevin?
Yeah, I'd like some answers.
Yeah.
It sounds it sounds the same way. It's like, okay, if you say so, let's get answers.
I want what you want.
Kevin.
That was a pretty devastating recap.
Oh, was
Yeah.
it? I'm sorry, man.
It is a little harsh.
I'm sorry.
Kevin, what was the last thing you guys said to each other? I mean, did you walk her to her car? Was there a kiss?
You know, we hugged and I kissed her on the cheek. And I can't remember if I said it or if she said it, but it's like, we should do this again. And yes, we were in agreement, and we left each other happy.
I can see why you'd be confused.
Yeah.
A lot of mixed messages there.
Yeah, well, thanks for being such a good sport, Kevin. We're just having fun with you, and
Yeah.
we do want to get you another date.
Thank you.
And we want to pay so we can tip.
Yes.
For you.
And you don't have to tip us if you don't want to.
Exactly.
I wasn't planning on it. Is that a normal thing?
I see. Par for the course,
Yep,
Kevin.
typical Kev.
Oh, wow, bro.
That's all right, bro. Let's call Amber for you.
Do you guys take cash?
All right, Kevin. Just give up. Give up.
We're going to call Amber for you, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Amber, please?
This is she.
Hi, Amber. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. You have a second to talk with us?
Wait, what?
I'm calling from a radio show, and we're doing a segment called a second date update. Have you ever heard of that before?
No.
Okay. Well, the way it works is if you go out on a date with someone and afterwards, if they're not calling you back, you can email our show and we'll reach out to that person for you to try and figure out the reason why. I know, it's stupid. It's stupid. You don't have to laugh at us, but you went out with somebody recently who had a good time with you, and ever since then, you've kind of ghosted, and they don't know why. His name is Kevin.
Okay.
Do you remember Kevin?
Yeah.
He had a lot of nice things to say about you. I mean, he even told us about your opening line, the Microsoft pickup line.
So good. Crash at your place.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have anything nice to say about him?
He was nice. It was fine.
Wow, she doesn't
Oh, yeah.
care.
I mean, Kevin did tell us about a kind of an awkward moment that happened on the date, and he doesn't really know what caused it. But he said at the very end of the night, after you guys were paying your bill, you told him to leave no tip for the waiter.
Were you laughing?
Wow. Oh, my God.
No, I just can't believe that he told you that.
It's a huge moment.
Yeah.
Who doesn't tip? I mean, Amber, I'm going to tell you right now, like, we were all questioning why he'd even want to call you after,
Well,
after you didn't tip.
Dude, Brooke is mad.
Sorry,
She just
my
broke
mic
her
just
mic.
fell out of the... Sorry.
Okay, so our equipment isn't top notch here, but we're a top notch show. We want answers.
Yeah, what's going on, Amber? Why would you do that?
Honestly, I'm not sure if I should actually tell you. So.
Why?
Okay, we want to get him a date and everything, but this is really the answer I want to know. Like, why wouldn't you tip? Was the service not good? Was your food bad?
Okay, I can't believe I'm about to tell you guys this. Okay. I know the waiter. I knew the waiter.
What?
Really?
And you hate
Like-
the waiter? Is that why you didn't want to tip him?
Yeah, how do you know the waiter?
Was he an ex?
No.
Is he a current boyfriend?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
So Kevin asked me where I wanted to go eat, which was fine. And I told him to go on Yelp and look for like a good Italian place.
Right. He picked the restaurant.
Yes, I mean he said it, but I led him in that direction. Like,
okay.
Okay.
I made sure it was that particular restaurant.
Just so you could stiff the waiter?
The thing about this whole thing is that the waiter and I, we have a business agreement. We work together.
What? What do you mean you work
Oh,
together?
you work at the restaurant too?
No. The waiter pays me to demean him.
What?
Oh.
It's his fetish.
Oh, you do that on the side.
Yeah.
You're like one of those S&M chicks that people hire to feel bad about
To
themselves.
humiliate you.
Yeah, but it's a little different because, like, it's not sexual. We don't meet up or anything. It's all based on coming into his restaurant and treating him not well, not leaving a tip, not really making. Yeah, so I always make sure when I go on these dates, I call ahead. I make sure I'm seated in a particular area. I make sure to, like, not really treat him well, and then I don't tip.
So he pays you to not pay him.
Correct.
So you're purposely rude to him.
Because
Correct.
he likes it. It makes him...
I mean, Amber clearly likes it too, from the way that she's talking about it. She's like laughing about it.
Well, she's getting paid for it.
And you guys never meet... You have never done anything sexual with the waiter.
Yeah, and then the only, like, communication outside of that, of, like, me going to the restaurant, is that I call him after and tell him how he is at his job, and just, like...
Oh, my God.
How do you even stumble into this line of work?
Yeah. I cannot imagine what Kevin is thinking.
I'm stumped.
I mean, I didn't tell him anything because I know it's weird.
Well, you
Yeah.
think you didn't tell him,
But-
but you actually kind of did. Because he's actually been on the other line listening and he heard everything that you said.
Good God, are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Kevin?
I'm so confused.
Oh, man.
Why would you do this? Like, don't you feel bad about taking guys to, like, pay for dates with you that you're not interested in seeing?
Oh, no.
It's pretty easy, actually.
I mean, he pays me a lot of money, and I do it like once a week. So
Whoa!
That is
Yeah.
That's a lot of
Damn.
Italian food.
Yeah. So how do you feel about Kevin, though, in all of this?
I mean, it's not. I'm sorry, love. It's not personal. I just this is my job.
So,
wait.
So,
no?
Are you not looking for any sort of relationship at all? You're just on these dating apps solely to go to the restaurant.
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'm just blown away by this. Like, so you're saying that we didn't have any connection?
I mean, I'm a pretty open person, and it's easy for me to connect with people. So I'm sorry, but it wasn't like.
I will say, Amber, you are really good at humiliating men.
Thank you.
Dude. But why does it have to be dates, Amber? If this guy just wants you to humiliate him at work, why can't you just take your girlfriends there or something? Like, to play with people's emotions is really screwed up.
I understand where you're coming from, but if you knew how much I was getting paid to do this, I promise you would too.
Whoa, I don't know
Wow.
what's rich.
No.
I mean,
I promise.
well, at this point, Amber, I have two questions for you. One is, where do you sign up for this website to be a humiliator? Because I think I could use some extra income.
That is so messed up.
I don't know. Message me later. I'd like to know. But then our second question is, would you like to go out on another date with Kevin?
No!
We will pay for you to go back to that restaurant, and you guys can both humiliate the waiter together.
No, why are we offering right now?
We don't even have to pay for a tip.
It's true. It's true.
So, what do you say, Amber? You up for it?
Oh my God.
I totally understand what you guys do, but I'm not interested. But thank you so much.
Oh,
Okay.
now you don't want to
Wow.
toy with
Yeah,
him. Okay.
I know. Kevin,
I just feel so bummed. The world is not a good place.
oh, man. You guys, Amber, you broke Kevin.
Listen, Kevin, I'm not trying to demean you. I mean, I'm not getting paid for it. So I really do wish you all the best, and you will find someone out there. It's just not me.
Oh, she can be nice.
All right. Well, Amber, I'm sure that the segment was not quite up to your liking, but maybe before you go, you could just quickly demean us.
No!
Fine. Yeah, I'll give you one freebie.
Nice.
This radio show sucks, and you should all be ashamed of yourself.
Oh, my God.